What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma if you're new here, and I love to talk about all things Peloton cycling and fitness. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos. I post every single Sunday, and today's video is going to be all about Lanebreak that was released by Peloton. So Lanebreak, I haven't played. I'm going to be doing my first play ride today, and essentially it's this like video game like format that Peloton came out, and there's not a ton of information from Peloton. I know a lot of other people have reviewed it, and I've seen a lot of stuff in like the Peloton online community, but I tried not to read a ton of that so that my perception would not be skewed. So I only have looked at really like the Peloton Lanebreak landing page on their website to get a gist of what we're going into. And essentially you see a wheel. I think you control the wheel by, the resistance and cadence. And the description is jump into a gamified workout experience. Select your level, choose your difficulty, immerse yourself in a music-inspired workout that will have you pushing yourself like never before. So it does seem like there's different lanes, and you change the resistance knob to get to those different lanes, and then like you get points for being in the different lanes. Then on the landing page, it also lists beats, which seem to be like resistance-based points, maybe. Streams, which seem to be related to like going a certain cadence, and breakers, which seem to be related to going a certain output, but they really don't give you a lot of information on what that is about. So I guess we'll see when we get on the bike. And it already seems like there's some playlists that you can choose from. I'm going to do a 30-minute ride and, see what happens. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to choose because you can't look at any of the Lanebreak stuff on the app because it's only compatible with the Peloton Bike or Bike Plus. So I don't know like what exactly they offer until I like look at it on the bike. I think that this is a really cool idea, just kind of expand their offerings even more. And I haven't read a ton about it, but it does seem like just even based off of Facebook posts on the Peloton group that people have really been enjoying it, at least what I've seen. I'm going to do a arms strength stack today from the Hardcore on the Floor calendar. So that's from February 15th stack. So just some core and then 30 minutes of good old arms. And then I'm going to hop on the bike, do the Lanebreak class, do a cool down and stretch, and then I'll be out of there and I will share all of my opinions on Lanebreak. Will it replace the instructor courses? I don't think so, but I'm willing to give it a try and I'm interested to see how I like it. So let's just get right on into this workout. So when you log on to your profile on the bike, you come over to more rides and you can see there's Peloton Lanebreak. Pedal towards a high score in this gamified workout inspired by music. So let's explore. Fancy. Also, this just shows like how dirty this screen is. Fitness meets gaming. Lanebreak takes the high energy workouts from Peloton classes you love and delivers them in an immersive virtual world. Each level is a unique experience with its own distinct playlist and challenges that empower you to ride to your favorite music in a whole new way. Okay. Learn to play. I guess I will learn to play because I don't know. So let's start. There are many choices. I'm thinking Pop Essentials is probably for me. Oh, but it's only 20 minutes. Oh wow, these are all short. Okay, I guess I'm going to do David Guetta hits because I want to do a 30-minute ride. All right, here goes nothing. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think I'm expert. I'm going to do advanced. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. This is a really neat end page, so I hit like 99% of the things you're supposed to hit, and it breaks it down by which one, has my score, has my rank. I'm only top 40%, which is crazy because I hit like almost everything. Like all these people must hit literally every single thing. And then my total output was higher than any ride that I've done since I've been back from Hawaii. That's a pretty high total output for me just in general, so definitely pushed myself. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Time for a cool down ride. I really enjoyed Lanebreak a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest. First off, I was very impressed with how high my output was. That's like the highest output that I've had in a very long time. Before I started doing strength more seriously, I would usually be able to get around 300 for a 30-minute ride, but ever since I started doing strength, I have more of the range of like 260 to like 285, and anything over 280 I consider really good. So the fact that I got 308, I was like, wow. And the reason for that is because you definitely don't get a lot of recovery in lane break, or you really have to choose it. Sometimes there will be like 2 different lanes you can choose. And in mine, I picked the hardest one every single time except for 2 times because I was like so tired that I'm like, I definitely need the recovery. But that's definitely like dependent on the person. For me, if there's 2 things, like I'm always going to try and want to do the harder one. So that like really helped me push myself. And you could see that it reflected in the recovery. Overall, it was just a very smooth experience. I was worried that it was kind of going to be like this clunky, kind of half-assed thing, and I really didn't feel that way. Everything ran so smoothly. The only thing that I didn't enjoy, which Peloton can't really do about, and I kind of got more of the hang of it, is really the only time when I missed stuff was because I was changing lanes and I'd like over change or under change the resistance. Like I'd want to get into lane 2 from lane 3 and I just like wouldn't take off enough to get into lane 2, or I'd take off too much and get into lane 1. I think as you play it more, you would probably like get a feel for how much you need to turn the wheel to like get into the right resistance. And then also like obviously when you change the wheel, it takes like a second to reflect in the game. It's not super laggy, but it is hard if there's like not a lot of time to switch into the next lane, like, and you switch it and then it takes a second to move. But overall, that didn't really frustrate me. I really enjoyed it. I thought the music was good. I do think that it would be a really great thing for me to do like after a different ride. So if I wanted to do like a 45-minute ride for the day, I could do like a 30-minute instructor ride and then a 15-minute lane break ride. I definitely want to do more lane break rides in the future, but in my opinion, like they'll never kind of replace the instructor rides. Obviously there's merit to both, and I think that a mix of them kind of keeps it fun and fresh. I will say that I think that the lane break class went by super fast, because in a normal Peloton ride, I'm like pretty aware of the time, and I was aware of the time in the lane break as well. But the thing is that in the normal Peloton ride, like obviously I want to hit the metrics, but I'm not like super stressed out about it because it doesn't like really matter at the end of the day. So if I'm like 1 over in resistance because I turn the wheel too much, or 1 under, not a big deal. If my cadence isn't like perfectly always in the cadence range, also don't really care. But for lane break, like you lose points if you don't do that. Like you don't get all the points if you're like not in the correct cadence or not in the correct resistance. So you really need to kind of be focused on that. And then I also like the parts where you like had to increase your output a lot. So they were just like really short pushes. And I don't know really like how much merit that has to it. Like, is that actually good to like build muscle, to just like push yourself for like 10 seconds super hard and then like suddenly go back down and like take a rest? I don't know, but I enjoyed doing them. I thought they were fun, and I thought it was cool that like you could hit 100% of the goal and then you could keep going and like hit 200% and then you get extra points. So I guess like the first place person probably hits every single thing and then also gets 200% for every single output, which is interesting. And I think I chose advanced as my option. And I think next time I would try expert. I don't know if I'd try expert on a 30-minute ride, but like a 15-minute ride, I would be down. I'd be curious to see like what exactly those differences are. I think you get the same like stuff coming at you. It's just that the lanes are higher resistance. I would say the majority of the time is spent in lane 3 and lane 4, with some of the time spent in lane 5 and like some in 2 and 1 when you're warming up and cooling down. But my lane 3 was resistance 44 to 50. And my lane 4 was 51 to 57. And then my lane 5 was 58 to 64. So like, I feel like those were pretty good numbers for me. I don't know like what the expert would be if that's like just +5 resistance. I would assume it's something like that. So for a 30-minute ride, that'd probably be pretty hard for me. I definitely have to take like more of the recoveries. But on this ride, I felt like it was a really good push for myself. And I guess like I could keep taking advanced, and then once I can take no recovery on advanced, I can like go up to expert. But yeah, I think if I took expert, I would just like take more of the recoveries, which wouldn't be a bad thing. So maybe I will try that next. But I definitely think advanced is like the lowest I would go. I don't think that I would try. I believe it was like beginner and intermediate. I think those would be too easy for me, but it's like figure out what kind of resistance ranges you want and then choose and go from there. And I like that there's like a bunch of different length classes. I kind of wanted to take that pop one, but it was only 20 minutes long. Maybe I'll try that later this week. But overall, I am really, really impressed with this Peloton Lanebreak. It is interesting because when you go to it, it kind of like restarts the Peloton. Like you like enter this whole other UI and you have to exit the UI to like get back to other Peloton classes, which is a little interesting. They're kind of making it like this whole separate thing, but I think it's cool. And as somebody who was an app rider, it like stinks that this isn't available on the app, although like it wouldn't really work. And I think that it's kind of fair that like Peloton bike users get some like new extra features just because they pay like so much more in subscription costs. I think it's cool that Peloton is investing in making software that like works very flawlessly with their hardware. With everything happening with Peloton, hopefully their hardware is not going anywhere, because otherwise that would be a sad investment. But overall, I think this is a really, really cool feature that Peloton has launched, and it's not really something that you would expect, but I think that it's pretty neat. So I'm excited that there's just like one more cool thing I can do on the Peloton that's very different. So if you're getting bored of instructors, I would highly recommend checking out Lanebreak. I think everyone should check it out, because why not? Just try it once. If you don't like it, never do it again. Definitely let me know if you've tried Lanebreak, what you think, what your favorite rides are. I'm excited to keep checking it out in the future. And I feel like this was a really cool start to my morning. Like it was a lot of fun and something different and fresh to do. I hope you guys are staying safe, having an awesome week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!